Good afternoon, students of class 9th. In previous video, we have studied about displacement of hydrogen from dilute acids. Okay. Now, today, in this present video, we are going to start from displacement of hydrogen from alkalis. Displacement of hydrogen from alkalis. Aluminium, zinc and lead. Aluminium, zinc and lead. These are the elements which show unique nature. What is that unique nature? They react with acids as well as strong concentrated or hot concentrated alkalis to form their salt along with the production of hydrogen. You see again, aluminium, zinc and lead. These are the elements which show unique nature, means they react with acids as well as strong hot solution or concentrate hot alkalis to form their salts, respective salts, and hydrogen gas is produced. Now you see here, this aluminium is reacted with sodium hydroxide, that is alkali, and when it is reacted with this alkali, it gives rise to an oxide, that is special oxide, which is known as sodium aluminate. Sodium aluminate. This one is oxide of aluminum. Along with this production of oxide, along with this production of compound, hydrogen gas is also produced. Again, if zinc is reacted with alkali, then it gives rise to sodium zincate Na2Zn2, and in this case also hydrogen gas is produced. Again, when lead is reacted with sodium hydroxide, then sodium plumbate is obtained and hydrogen gas is released. So aluminium reacts with the alkali to form sodium aluminate. Zinc reacts with the sodium hydroxide, that is alkali, to form sodium zincate. Lead reacts with alkali to form sodium plumbate. Along with these compounds, they also produce hydrogen gas. Now, the oxides of sodium, zinc and lead, oxides of sodium, zinc and lead are also unique, and they are known as amphoteric oxides. Why they are known as amphoteric oxides? Because they are oxides react with acids as well as bases to form salt and water. The oxides of aluminium, sodium, or aluminium, zinc, lead, etc. They are also known as amphoteric oxides. What is the meaning of amphoteric oxides? All those oxides which react with acids as well as alkalis to form salt and water, they are known as amphoteric oxides. So aluminium, oxides of aluminium, zinc or lead, they are amphoteric oxides. Now next heading is preparation of hydrogen. Preparation of hydrogen in laboratory. How can we prepare hydrogen in laboratory? We prepare hydrogen in laboratory by reacting, by bringing zinc in contact with dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid. That is, we can say in lab we can prepare hydrogen by reacting zinc with dilute HCl or dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute HCl or dilute sulfuric acid. And you see, when these two are reacted, when zinc is a dilute acid, the diagram is given in your lab preparation diagram is given in your book. There you can see, with the help of Thesel funnel, the acid is gradually poured inside the bottle where zinc has been placed, and due to this, when this acid will come in contact with the zinc, then reaction will take place, and due to that reaction, what are the compounds? Zinc chloride, which is the salt, and hydrogen gas is produced. In the same way, in place of HCl, in place of dilute hydrochloric acid, if you are using dilute sulfuric acid, then what will be the product? Zinc sulfate along with the production of hydrogen. So in short, we can say inside laboratory we can prepare hydrogen by reacting zinc with dilute acids, and those dilute acids may be sulfuric acid or may be hydrochloric acid. Now here in this preparation of hydrogen inside laboratory, zinc which is used is known as granulated zinc. Granulated zinc. What is the meaning of this granulated zinc? That is, it is not pure. It contains impurity, that is copper. This granulated zinc is given preference over pure zinc. Pure zinc is not used in the preparation of hydrogen in laboratory. Why? Because this impurity, copper, which is present in granulated zinc, acts as catalyst, and due to this catalyzing action, it speeds up the rate of reaction and production of hydrogen is increased. This is the reason why in lab preparation of hydrogen, in place of pure zinc, we use granulated zinc. Now next, the hydrogen gas which is prepared is collected by downward displacement of water. Downward displacement of water, because this hydrogen is virtually insoluble in water. We don't collect hydrogen by downward displacement of air, because this hydrogen forms an explosive mixture with oxygen. As soon as it will come in contact with the oxygen, the explosion will take place. That means hydrogen will burn. So the aim of this experiment cannot be fulfilled, and this is the reason why we do not collect hydrogen by downward displacement of air. Instead, we collect it by downward displacement of water. Now, next heading is in lab preparation of hydrogen, zinc is the most preferred. Why? Because in activity series you have studied on the top, that is sodium, potassium, etc. There, the potassium and sodium, these are violently, these react violently. So due to their violent reaction, these two are not used for lab preparation of hydrogen. In the same way, calcium and magnesium, these are explosive, these are expensive, they are costly. Next metal is aluminium. Aluminium forms its oxide Al2O3, and this aluminium, due to formation of this aluminium oxide, a coating is formed. Suppose this one is if aluminium oxide forms a coating around this pure aluminium, then HCl, that is acid, will not come in contact with this one is the pure aluminium. It is brought in contact with the acid and the reaction is started. Due to this reaction, the compound aluminium will form aluminium oxide, and that aluminium oxide is deposited around the aluminium, and its reaction with acid is cut off. So this use of aluminium is also discarded. Next, iron has to be used in heated condition, as well as when this iron is used, then it will give rise to hydrogen sulfide and sulfur dioxide in the form of impurities. Now, lead react with acid, forming insoluble coating of lead dioxide. Due to formation of lead impurity, lead dioxide or lead sulfate, this lead is also not used for the preparation of hydrogen gas. So the most suitable metal is zinc, which is used for the preparation of hydrogen inside lab. Now, during preparation of hydrogen inside lab, some precautions must be taken. And what are those precautions? Number one, no burning objects. No burning objects. Burning splinter should be there near the apparatus. Number two, the apparatus should be airtight. If any leakage is there, then produced hydrogen will come out and that will react with atmospheric oxygen. Third is the thistle funnel should be dipped inside acid. Otherwise, the hydrogen gas which will be produced, that will escape out. And as soon as the hydrogen gas is produced, before collection of hydrogen, it is necessary that air must be removed from apparatus. So these are the precautions which are adopted, which are taken by us at the time of preparation hydrogen inside laboratory. Yes. Now test of hydrogen. It is combustible, but not supporter of combustion. It is combustible, but not supporter of combustion. And second, it burns slowly, silently in air with a pale blue flame forming water. These are the two tests on the basis of which we can say the produced gas is hydrogen or not. Okay. Now after that we shall start next video. Okay. Thank you.